Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. Steve.
All right, pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, notice that this meeting was given in the annual meeting notice, which was emailed to the Herald News, the Record Office, the County Clerk, and posted on the PCCC website and bulletin boards on November 17, 2021.
Thank you, Steve. Roll call.
Love my rep, Martinez. Love my rep, White. Trustee Akar. Trustee Drakeford. Trustee Teacher. Yes. Trustee Glover.
Here.
Trustee Martinez, the other day. Trustee Moody.
Present.
Trustee Nutter. Trustee Cole.
Here.
Trustee Smith.
Here.
Vice Chair Tanner.
Here.
Chairman Marco.
Here. Thank you, everyone. First order of business is consideration of the minutes of the June 21st, 2022 Board of Trustees meeting. Board members have had that sent to them in their packets. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Move it. Second. Roll.
Trustee Teacher. Yes. Trustee Glover.
Stay.
Trustee Moody.
Yes.
Trustee Cole.
Yes.
Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Vice Chair Tanner.
Staying.
Chairman Marco.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. First, I'd like to ask Lisa Jones, who is our director of our Wanacue Academic Center, and she's nice enough to have us here tonight. So she.
I think it's almost 30 years. I never went to place.
Oh,
They know it.
they know it, then they know.
So some of your faces are familiar as well. I think it's so wonderful.
There you go. Terrific.
So I will take credit because I hired Lisa when I was director of admissions, when she was like 20 years old or 21 years old or 22 years old or so. Yeah, which was 30 years ago. So, but she has served the college in many different ways, and he asked her to take over up here when Pat Harding retired, and she has never disappointed us. So
It's great.
happy to have Lisa as part of the team.
All right.
So we are awaiting the arrival of our honoree this evening. So we will go with other parts of the meeting and come back to it when we get there.
Okay. We have significant activities.
Sure. Do you have anything tonight?
I just have one thing here that was bestowed upon me late, and it's from our alumni representative,
Jane Marie.
Jane Marie, who this is really her last meeting.
She's sad.
To the esteemed Board of Trustees, I am immensely grateful for the opportunity to join the Board of Trustees as the alumni representative for the 21-22 term. Thank you for allowing me to be the voice of our students and accommodating many of my questions. I have grown such admiration witnessing the support you provide to ensure success for our students. I am forever grateful, and so are we. Thank you for being a great alumni rep.
What the good news is, when she became alumni rep, she was not employed by the college at the time. But we've had the good sense to bring her into our enrollment management area where she is working with students every day, and she is quickly getting her bachelor's degree.
Okay.
How far along are you on it?
Starting.
Yeah.
It goes quick.
Okay,
I no longer want to be in process. I want to stay in process.
good. That sounds great. Since we met last, just to update on, the budget was signed by the governor. We were able to get a little extra money out of the legislature. So we were hoping for a little more, but legislature added $5 million for the community college sector. That would translate probably to about $400,000 to college. So that's good. Good news. It was one of the strangest budget cycles in Trenton, and every one of them is strange. But you know, this one was probably just a little more unpredictable than some others. But you know, at the last minute, they did come through with some funds for us.
Does that add to that surplus that we went over back in May? At the budget here? Remember, you anticipated
Yes.
an amount of money, and I assume that this is
In addition,
So it's another like half a million on top
Yes.
of that.
so it's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good. Look, in this day and age, as you're probably, you know, if you've read any of the newspapers lately, colleges are in trouble all around the country. And right here in New Jersey, well, the latest is New Jersey City University, you know, has declared financial exigency. They went to their board in June, you know, to declare a financial emergency, which allows them to lay off people and
Wow.
not ignore contracts. They have already started layoffs over there. Well, you read today, they went from $110 million surplus to a, what is it?
$65 million deficit
Deficit.
in 10 years. That's scary.
What's in that story about William Paterson? So, yeah.
Well, William Paterson, I think, was 20 to maybe 30 million of a deficit. So
But that's what is going on today. You know, that is where higher education is. You know, community colleges are facing the steepest enrollment declines. You know, we are working hard to stay ahead of the curve here. You know, so far we have been able to, but you know, we are watching it very closely. Stephen was with me earlier today. We had a meeting to talk about enrollment and, you know, going out 5 years. You know, we know where we have to be a couple of years from now. We've built up some reserves because we're going to need them, you know, to get through the next year or two. But enrollment, you know, right now, enrollment is looking very strong for the fall. You know, I wish we were middle of August, not middle of July, you know, because a lot could happen between the middle of July, but we're up over 20% right now for the fall. That's, you know, and that's after years of where most colleges have been declining. You know, I don't know if people are just coming in earlier and whether it's going to die off or whether this will continue. That remains to be. I'd much rather be where we are right now than, you know, be down at this point. So it's good, but these are very, very, you know, difficult times. You know, students are seeing that, and we talked about it last month, you know, with the minimum wage has gone up as high as it has. But students, you know, if you're 18 years old now and you want to get a job for $18, $20 an hour, it's not that hard. And you get a job for $20 an hour. If you work 35 hours a week, that's about, you know, $36,000 a year. And if you're willing to work 40 hours a week or 45 hours a week, you could easily make $50,000 a year. And that is very attractive to some to not go to school and to make that money. And unfortunately, they're going to be short-sighted because every one of us here has lived through recessions. And we know that we're not always going to have this low unemployment rate. And if you don't have the education, you're not going to be the last one who keeps a job. And that's where, you know, we talk to students every day, and you're in the admissions office, and we have students coming in every day, and these are the ones who come in to see us. And, it's our job to try and give them that message. You're investing in your future by getting an education, but it's a hard sell sometimes when, that money for a 20-year-old sounds awfully good.
Are most of the students now part-time or full-time?
Most are part-time.
What you say.
Most are part-time. But those who are making the decision, this is nationwide, this is not just here. Students nationwide are making the decision not to go to college.
Yeah.
Nationally. That's where we are right now. And so it is a very, very challenging time for us and everybody else. So we're trying to stay ahead of the curve, but that is not easy. All right, purchase of goods and services. Happy to answer any questions about any of the things that are in here tonight. I don't think there's anything that's probably the one interesting item that you might be interested in is the healthcare. I just saw when I lose that for a second. In employee health insurance, which is $5.6 million. Just for our 300 some odd employees, the total cost per year is about $5.6 million.
Now, is that net of the employee contribution?
Yes.
That's net?
No, that's gross, I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's gross.
do you know what the net number is?
Let's try to do this.
Okay.
So, actual expense of the company.
So employees are paying about $1 million, and
They had the rate renewals meeting at the commission last week. So is that the increase that you've seen?
no, we haven't.
You haven't seen that yet?
No.
No.
What's it look like?
I don't know. I didn't participate, but I heard it was they gave a holiday, which only exacerbates the problem. So
But how said that, healthcare costs are performing the most part.
yeah,
This is a good number. This is consistent with what we said.
Well, we've had very good cooperation from our bargaining units, who have worked with us, and we are, they have been
Yeah.
very cooperative, and that's helped. And it's
gonna be a
that's
much
been a
better
win.
shape.
That's been a win-win. So that's good.
Okay,
So I believe we could go into executive session.
sure.
Oh, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
The article about the partnership with the Paterson high schools.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you about that. Is there a big interest? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we're trying to create the interest, so that it's not only Paterson we're working with, it's several of the high schools throughout the county. These high schools, we actually were able to write some grants and got the federal government to pay for this.
I know. I saw
But
that.
we're also using some other federal funds. Part of the strategy going forward, again, we're trying to stay ahead of the curve, is if we can work with high school students while they're still in high school, get them to take classes. This technology is allowing them to sit in a high school room and zoom in on one of our classes. So they could, be in high school. For the high schools, it's very attractive because, let's say there's an advanced math class that they don't have a lot of students in the high school ready to take, but they have 2 students who want to take this advanced math class. They normally can't run it. If we're already running it, they could put students in a room, connect to us, and take the class.
I got it. That I didn't realize. That's why I asked.
That's what this does. So we're also working with Hawthorne to put it in. Passaic Valley is putting in the technology for us. We've been talking to Lakeland. We believe they're also going to be doing it. It's in several of the Paterson schools. So the more connection, if a student starts in high school taking classes with us, hopefully that means they'll continue. I think, for those of you at graduation, we had 10 students from Passaic, the city of Passaic, who are graduating from high school with their high school degree the same time they're getting their college degree from us. our valedictorian was also the valedictorian in Passaic. I don't know if you saw, the New York Post picked it up and did an article on this. I mean, it is still somewhat unique that somebody graduates from high school at the same time they graduate from college. But to be the valedictorian of both your high school class and your college class, that was national
Yeah,
news.
and the college class was the first one she got the graduation.
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah. So I mean, what a great story. But then, now she's going, she's got her associate degree from us and now going off to Columbia. You know, that's a big deal. And the more opportunities we can create in high schools to make it easier for students to do these things, it's a better way of serving Passaic County, but it's also a better way of dealing with some of these enrollment problems we're going to have in the future.
Okay.
So we're excited.
All right. May I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second, roll.
I'm going to try trustee Alomar.
Brad?
Trustee CJ.
Brad.
Trustee Bowman.
Yes.
Trustee Moody.
Yes.
Trustee Coe. Trustee Coe.
Yes.
Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Vice Chair Janice.
Yes.
Chairman Marco.
Yes. Okay, the board will meet in executive session for approximately 20 minutes to discuss personnel, contract matters, and matters protected by attorney-client privilege. No action will be taken in executive session. Order,
Got a
Board-
motion to go out of executive.
no, do we need a motion to go out of executive session? Yeah. No, I don't have it on my script.
We're good.
Yeah, but we went in.
We went in. So if you want a
Let
motion to come out.
lawyers
Yeah,
discuss.
lawyers.
How about a voice vote?
A voice vote, okay?
He can declare the session closed without objection. So,
I'm declaring the session, executive session closed. Anybody object? Hearing none, it's closed.
Why don't we go to our new alumni rep,
Our new alumni rep, welcome Denise.
Danae?
Danae, my glasses.
glasses there.
I need new glasses.
Danae, do
Danae White.
you want to introduce yourself? Tell us about yourself.
I just graduated Sacred College this spring. I was a sociology major, had a higher GPA in my program.
All right.
All right.
I heard with them. For social services, where I work in the director's office right now. I've been there for 18 years.
Wow. Good for you.
So,
Should we introduce ourselves?
Absolutely.
All right, well, my name is Michael Bowman.
Al Moody.
Barbara Tanis.
Dennis Marco.
I know you. I think you know me.
Hi, Danae, Michael Saron.
I'm sure you
Chat
did.
outside. Oh, there you go. Great.
I'm sure you taught her the secret handshake and all that stuff. Yeah.
Next meeting.
Yeah. Well, we're very happy to have you, and you got big shoes to fill.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the meeting is called to order. The board met in executive session to discuss personnel, contract matters, and matters protected by attorney-client privilege. No action was taken in executive session. May I have a motion to adopt resolution number 3, consent resolution items as set forth in the memoranda dated July 19th, 2022, for purchases of goods and services and personnel actions.
Move it.
Second.
Moved in second. Roll.
Trustee Akar? Trustee DJ?
yes.
Trustee Golden?
Yes.
Trustee Moody?
Yes.
Trustee Poe?
yes,
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
Vice Chair Dennis?
Yes.
Chairman Marco?
Yes. Okay, are there any remarks from the public or trustees? Hearing none, may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Move it.
Second. Roll.
Trustee DJ?
Yes.
Trustee Golden?
Yes.
Trustee Moody?
Yes.
Trustee Poe?
yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
Vice Chair Dennis?
Yes.
Chairman Marco?
Yes. Okay, the meeting's adjourned. Like to do that.
Nice.
Beginning and the end, right?
Exactly.
I'm gonna
Use
look up
that
Robert
gavel.
rules tonight. You're gonna make me look up Robert rules. I believe you. I believe you.
If you were here,
I'm not gonna contradict their account. Because if you do a motion to go in,
I know. Well, I always do that with PCIA.
Well, it was in.
you were gonna go in, how did?
Now, Mike didn't have that.
yeah, we're gonna put it out
I had reason, learned a lot about Ross.
And it will be back in.
We'll put it back in.
Yes. So what are they going to do with this? Do him?
Trustee
He didn't show up.
here at the college, a former.
Oh, he didn't show up.
and he was
Bringing his
involved in
family,
why
he's so
Yeah.
excited.
developed in the
It's
first-
crazy here. Give him a rest.
And great.
He's a Republican. What do you
Oh,
want? What do you want? He
Who
can be-
was- who was-
All right.
Take the honor.
Another one? Okay.
Yeah, he was supposed to be here.
Because right after,